Have you ever wondered what steps you can take to ensure a long, healthy, and fulfilling life as you age? If so, you're certainly not alone. As we grow older, many of us begin to reflect on our life choices and start questioning what we can do differently to ensure that our later years are the best they can be. It's natural to want to make the most of the time we have left, and aging doesn't have to be something we fear. Instead, it can be an opportunity for growth, reflection, and joy. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into 9 incredibly powerful habits that have the potential to completely change the way you approach aging. Whether it's gaining control over your finances, moving with care to prevent falls, or understanding the importance of keeping a strong and loving relationship with your spouse or partner, these tips are essential for living your golden years with vitality, independence, and peace of mind. By watching this video, you'll learn how to sidestep some of the most common pitfalls that many older Americans face, like spending money on health products that aren't worth the investment, or being so frugal that it harms your quality of life. We'll also talk about the importance of creating a home environment that feels like a sanctuary, a place of rest and security. Moreover, we'll discuss how to make decisions that not only safeguard your independence but also protect your emotional well-being, so you can truly enjoy life without worry. By sticking with us until the end of the video, you'll gain practical, science-backed advice that can help you maintain good health, secure your finances, and most importantly, live a life that truly belongs to you. These small but impactful changes might add years of happiness, fulfillment, and well-being to your life, helping you navigate the later years with grace and joy. Before we continue, if you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to do so and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support means the world to me, and if you find value in this video, please consider liking and sharing it with others who could benefit from these important insights. It helps me keep creating content that adds value to your life. If you're enjoying the topic of this video, please drop a 1 in the comments below. If not, leave a 0 and let me know what I can do to improve the content and make it even more helpful for you. With that said, let's get started. First, don't trust clairvoyance. It may feel tempting to seek out a psychic or someone who claims to see into the future, especially when you're uncertain about the path ahead. But in the end, the real wisdom lies in a much older, more grounded truth. 3 parts depend on fate, and 7 on our efforts. This ancient adage speaks volumes about the nature of life, reminding us that while fate and fortune may play a small role in our journey, it is ultimately our choices, actions, and attitudes that shape who we become and what we experience. Relying on psychics or trying to predict the future is a fleeting distraction, a temporary escape from the real work we need to do to live our best lives. As we grow older, particularly as retirement approaches, many of us begin to worry about the unknown, our health, our financial security, and what the future may hold. I've felt this worry myself, and I know it can be overwhelming. There are moments when the uncertainty about the road ahead feels too much to bear. But here's what I've learned through time. True longevity, good health, and happiness don't come from waiting for some cosmic sign or a psychic reading. They come from the decisions we make today. The truth is our well-being, physically, mentally, and emotionally, is in our own hands. It's about living with intention, taking charge of what we can control, and putting in the effort that matters. Living a balanced, healthy life isn't just about avoiding illness. It's about being proactive. It's about making conscious choices about what we eat, staying physically active, and, perhaps most importantly, creating space in our lives for peace and emotional nourishment. This is the real work, the foundation of a long and fulfilling life. We need to nourish our bodies with wholesome food, but also our minds and souls. It's the little acts of kindness, the moments of gratitude, and the decisions to slow down and savor the present that make the biggest difference. For me, embracing optimism has been one of the most powerful tools for aging gracefully. It's not always easy, especially when faced with challenges, but keeping a positive outlook has been proven to enhance physical health, lower stress, and elevate happiness. And let me tell you, there's no magic crystal ball or psychic reading that can do that for you. The real magic happens when you open your heart to the beauty around you, when you invest in nurturing meaningful relationships, and when you consciously choose to live with joy and gratitude every day. Instead of looking outward for answers or reassurance, it's time to look inward. Trust in your ability to shape your life, to take responsibility for your health and happiness. This doesn't mean ignoring the difficulties or pretending they don't exist, but rather recognizing that we have the power to move through them with strength and resilience. Embrace mindfulness. Develop healthy habits. Seek out new experiences that bring you fulfillment. These are the things that will allow you to age with grace, peace, and an unwavering sense of purpose. Each day is an opportunity to make a choice, a decision to care for yourself in ways that honor who you are and where you are on your journey. The most fulfilling life comes not from relying on others to tell you your fate, but from actively engaging with your own life, empowering yourself to live it fully. Second, move with caution and avoid risky activities. As we age, it's impossible to ignore the changes in our bodies. Those subtle shifts that can be both humbling and, at times, frustrating. There was a time when we could effortlessly sprint up the stairs, stretch to reach something high on a shelf, or jump into any physical task with ease. But as the years pass, the natural elasticity and endurance we once took for granted begin to fade. Simple actions that seemed trivial in our youth can now feel like daunting challenges, and unfortunately, some of these challenges carry significant risks. The fear of a fall, for example, becomes all too real. One moment of misstep can lead to painful injuries or worse, long-term disabilities that alter the course of life. These falls don't just affect us as individuals. They ripple out and touch our loved ones as well, sometimes in ways that are beyond what we could ever have imagined. When an older adult experiences a fall or other serious injury, it often leaves their family members grappling with the emotional and physical aftermath. Loved ones suddenly find themselves stepping into roles they never expected to play: caregiver, emotional support, even nurse. And this shift can strain even the strongest relationships. The weight of watching someone you care for struggle with the consequences of aging is something no one should ever have to endure. But sadly, it's a reality for many families, one that wears on hearts and bodies alike. It's a shared experience of worry and stress, and that's why I believe it's so incredibly important to approach this stage of life with caution and intentionality. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. I truly believe that we must recognize the inherent risks and take steps to minimize them as much as possible. Moving carefully and thoughtfully isn't just a precaution. It's an act of self-preservation, and it's a gift we give not only to ourselves but to those we love. Slowing down is not a sign of weakness but of wisdom. It's about giving ourselves the grace to take the time we need, using support when necessary, and staying aware of our surroundings. The little things, like ensuring that there are no obstacles in our path, such as a stray rug or clutter that could trip us up, might seem trivial to some, but to an older adult, they are essential steps in safeguarding independence. More than just clearing up physical space, it's also about creating an environment that encourages confidence. We all know how vital it is to feel secure in our own homes, and with the right tools, this sense of security is within reach. There's no shame in using assistive devices such as grab bars, walkers, or scooters. These tools are invaluable in helping seniors maintain their stability and autonomy. When we have the support we need, we can keep moving forward in life with confidence, instead of being tethered by fear. By making these simple but powerful adjustments, seniors can protect their physical health, yes, but perhaps even more importantly, they protect their emotional well-being. When we can move through our homes and lives with the peace of mind that we are safe, that burden of worry is lifted, and we are free to enjoy what matters most: our independence, our passions, and the joy of living life without fear of the next fall. These changes are small but mighty, and they pave the way for a longer, richer, and more fulfilling life. The truth is, we don't have to let aging dictate our lives in such a way that it stifles our freedom. Instead, we can choose to live with grace, wisdom, and, above all, caution, so that we can continue to enjoy life to its fullest, no matter our age. Third, save for old age. As we age, our ability to generate income inevitably diminishes. There's a truth that many of us try to ignore, but it's a reality we must confront. The years when we could work tirelessly, with boundless energy and focus, start to fade away. The passage of time brings inevitable changes, whether it's the golden years of retirement, the struggles that come with declining health, or simply the wear and tear of a life well lived. The notion of having the same income and the same zest for productivity is no longer sustainable. In these later years, the need for stability becomes more critical than ever. Having financial resources, be it savings, pensions, or retirement funds, is not just a luxury. It is an absolute necessity for preserving our independence and the security we crave. Money, while often viewed merely as a tool for day-to-day living, holds a much deeper power when it comes to our senior years. It is the key to freedom, to dignity, and to a peace of mind that cannot be bought with anything else. As our bodies begin to show the wear of years gone by, and health problems inevitably arise, we are confronted with a multitude of challenges that can seem overwhelming. There are medical bills, medications that don't come cheap, the possibility of requiring home care services, and a host of other unexpected expenses that seem to multiply overnight. Without the cushion of adequate savings or resources, the ability to access the best healthcare options, or even simply to live with the dignity we've worked so hard for, becomes a constant struggle. The stress that comes from worrying about money at a time when our health is already in decline is immeasurable. It's a burden that can not only affect our physical health but also our mental well-being, leading to anxiety, feelings of isolation, and in some cases, a painful sense of abandonment. That's why financial independence in our later years is not just important, it's essential. It's not just about having money for comfort, but about ensuring we don't have to rely on our children, family, or others for support. There's a deep sense of pride and dignity in knowing that we can stand on our own feet, even when we are older. It allows us to maintain the autonomy that is so precious as we age. And just as importantly, it ensures that our loved ones don't have to carry the burden of providing for us financially, something that can cause tension, strain relationships, and bring unnecessary stress to the people we care about most. For anyone who values their independence and well-being, the importance of planning for old age cannot be overstated. Saving for retirement, investing in our future, and being mindful of our spending habits while we're still healthy and active is crucial. I know it's easy to get caught up in the fast pace of everyday life. Bills, responsibilities, the constant race against time. But I truly believe that making saving and investing a priority now, while we still have the energy and the chance, is one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves in the future. By preparing financially, we can take the weight off our shoulders when the time comes, letting us focus on the more important things: health, relationships, personal fulfillment, and the joys that still await us. In the end, financial security is not just about numbers, it's about peace. It's about living with the assurance that we don't have to worry about money in our later years. With that security, we can fully embrace the golden years, free from the suffocating worries that so often overshadow them. We can focus on what truly matters: our health, the deep connections we've made with others, and the quiet joys of simply being alive. To me, there is no greater blessing than the ability to age with grace, knowing that financial worries won't stand in our way. Fourth, don't overexert yourself. As we journey through life, especially in our later years, one of the most vital truths we must learn to accept is the importance of not overexerting ourselves. With age, our bodies undergo changes that are impossible to ignore. From around the ages of 65 to 75, many of us begin to notice that the once seemingly endless energy we had when we were younger starts to fade, leaving us more prone to fatigue and physical discomfort. Our bodies, once resilient and quick to recover, now seem to take longer to bounce back after exertion. This natural slowing down can be frustrating, but it is also a clear reminder that our health is becoming increasingly precious, and we must be kinder and more mindful of how we treat ourselves. When we were younger, we could push through exhaustion, work long hours, lift heavy objects, or engage in vigorous exercise without thinking twice. But as we grow older, the price of pushing ourselves beyond our limits becomes steeper, and the consequences are far more costly. Overexertion doesn't just tire us out, it accelerates the wear and tear on our bodies, increasing the risk of long-term health problems. This could mean anything from persistent joint pain to serious heart conditions, and even stroke. I've come to realize that continuing to try to keep up the same pace we had in our younger years can have disastrous effects, and learning to let go of that old mindset is one of the most freeing things we can do for ourselves. The truth is, you can't pour from an empty cup. In our case, pushing too hard only empties the cup faster. Recognizing and respecting our limits is one of the most profound acts of self-love we can offer ourselves as we age. It is not a sign of weakness to slow down or modify our routines. In fact, it's a sign of wisdom. It's perfectly okay to step back and adjust. We may no longer be able to work at the same intensity or engage in the same activities we once did. But that doesn't mean we need to give up on staying active altogether. There is so much joy to be found in gentler exercises, walking through a park, stretching your limbs in a yoga class, or swimming slowly through a pool. These are the kinds of activities that honor our bodies, that respect our joints and muscles, and that allow us to move with grace and ease. I find these small, mindful activities not only help maintain my physical health, but also bring a sense of inner peace, reminding me that it's okay to take things slower. The real challenge as we age is learning to find balance, striking the perfect rhythm between rest and physical activity. It's about pacing ourselves in a way that keeps our bodies strong and capable, but without overloading them. It's a quiet rebellion against the hustle culture that demands constant motion and exertion. When we respect our body's natural need for rest, when we take the time to breathe deeply and give ourselves a moment to rejuvenate, we are honoring the incredible journey we've been on. With each mindful decision to rest, we are investing in the future of our health. As we age, it's easy to feel like we're losing something, but I've come to see that we're gaining something far more valuable: the wisdom to know when to push forward and when to hold back. Taking it easy, slowing down, doesn't mean giving up. It means cherishing ourselves enough to allow the quiet strength of balance to take hold. In the end, I believe that learning to move with intention, pacing ourselves, and giving our bodies the space to recover will allow us to enjoy our senior years with vitality, ease, and a deep sense of peace that only comes when we stop fighting against the natural rhythms of our aging bodies. Fifth, don't be too frugal. As we reach our later years, one of the most important lessons we can learn is that it's okay to stop being overly frugal. For many of us, especially those who have weathered financial storms throughout our lives, the instinct to pinch pennies can become ingrained in our very being. We've spent years scraping by, worrying about what's around the corner, and watching every dollar like it could slip through our fingers. So, it's no surprise that we may hesitate to treat ourselves. The idea of dining out, buying that new sweater, or splurging on a small luxury feels almost alien, something we deny ourselves for fear of running out. But as we grow older, we must remember that life isn't just about saving for some uncertain future, it's about savoring the present. I've come to realize that there's something profoundly freeing in allowing yourself to indulge in life's little pleasures. As we grow older, it's essential to permit ourselves to enjoy the fruits of a lifetime of hard work. It's not a crime to treat yourself with kindness and compassion. Maybe it's a dinner at a lovely restaurant where you can savor every bite without rushing. Or perhaps it's something as simple as buying clothes that make you feel confident and comfortable, without obsessing over whether they're a need or luxury. You've worked hard, you've given so much to others. Why shouldn't you experience the joy that comes from doing something good for yourself? These moments, these simple joys, are not excess. They are a reflection of your worth, a recognition that you deserve to enjoy life after all these years of sacrifice. I've also seen how being overly frugal can subtly sabotage our well-being. Holding on to things like old food, just to avoid wasting money, can harm us. We may think we're being wise, but the truth is that choosing to save a penny can sometimes cost us more in terms of health and happiness. Skimping on nutrition or avoiding basic self-care can lead to problems that can be harder to recover from as we get older. We need to remember that our health, our very vitality, is priceless. It's not worth compromising the quality of your life for a few extra dollars. There's an old saying that reminds us, you can't take it with you. It's a sobering truth, and yet it's also liberating. Money, possessions, and savings are important, but they are not what make life meaningful. The memories we create, the joy we find in little things, and the happiness we embrace today, those are the treasures that stay with us. As we age, the most important thing is to live fully. We've spent so much of our lives working, planning, and saving. Now is the time to enjoy the rewards of that labor. Treat yourself, honor the person you've become, and invest in your happiness. Embrace life's richness, and spend wisely but generously on the things that matter. There's no greater gift you can give yourself than a fulfilling, joyful life in your later years. This is your time to live, to indulge in life's wonders, and to finally experience the things you might have missed in the past. You've earned it. Sixth, make your old house a home. As we age, our home transforms into so much more than just a roof over our heads. It becomes a sanctuary, a sacred space that holds the very essence of our journey through life. Our home is not merely a shelter, but a living, breathing reflection of who we are, a place filled with the echoes of memories, laughter, tears, and all the moments that have shaped us. It's a space where we've experienced both triumphs and losses, where we've made countless decisions that have defined the course of our lives. As the years pass, our connection to the place we've called home deepens. The familiar walls, the creaking floorboards, the comfort of our favorite chair, it all becomes intertwined with our identity. For many of us, especially as we enter the later years of life, home becomes a deeply meaningful part of our sense of self. It offers us a level of comfort, security, and stability that no new place can ever truly replicate. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Living in a house where we've built a life can bring an immense sense of peace, especially when the world around us feels increasingly uncertain. For seniors, there is an undeniable emotional grounding in staying in the home they know and love. The rooms, the view from the window, the memories attached to each corner, all these elements make the space feel like an extension of themselves. There is comfort in the familiarity, a steady rhythm in the day-to-day that provides reassurance when everything else might feel like it's slipping away. It is often in this familiarity that we find our strength, a reminder of the many battles we've fought, the triumphs we've celebrated, and the love we've shared. For many older adults, their home isn't just a place to sleep. It's a place to rest their soul, a refuge where they feel a sense of belonging in a world that seems to change with every passing moment. However, as time goes on, the well-meaning suggestions of family members can bring a different kind of emotional weight. Children or other loved ones may propose selling the family home and moving somewhere new. They might suggest a shared living arrangement, thinking it will make life easier or safer for everyone involved. These proposals are often born from love and concern, but they can also stir deep feelings of vulnerability in seniors. The thought of leaving the home where they've lived for years, or even decades, can feel like losing a part of themselves. It can be a painful reminder that we are, perhaps, no longer in control of the things that once defined us. Moving out of that familiar space can feel like a betrayal, a fracture in the foundation of who we are. It may evoke feelings of helplessness or a loss of independence, which are so precious to people as they grow older. The very act of deciding where we live is an integral part of our identity, and when that choice is taken away, it can leave a void that is hard to fill. The comfort that comes from staying in a familiar environment is something that cannot be overstated. It's a truth that is often overlooked by those who believe that change is always the best solution. The freedom, autonomy, and peace that come with living in a home where we've created our lives are vital for maintaining self-esteem and emotional well-being in later years. The adage, "each to their affairs," speaks volumes about the importance of maintaining ownership, not just of material possessions but of the very space we inhabit. Our home is a reflection of our spirit, and the act of living independently is a way of preserving that spirit in the face of the challenges that aging may bring. Before any decision is made to sell the home or move, seniors must take a step back and think deeply about what will truly serve their needs. It's easy to be swayed by well-intentioned advice or by the worry of family members, but ultimately, the decision should be made based on what feels right on a deeply personal level. The choice should not be about appeasing others, but about honoring one's sense of comfort, security, and dignity. What matters most is how we feel in our environment, not how others perceive it. The goal is to ensure that whatever choice is made leads to a life that is fulfilling, independent, and rich with meaning. Maintaining the home where we've lived, a space where we feel safe and in control, is a vital component of preserving not only our physical health but also our emotional well-being. This is your space. This is your life. And it is crucial to make choices that honor both. This is where your peace begins, and it is worth fighting for. 7th, don't buy unnecessary health products. In today's world, we're surrounded by an overwhelming wave of advertisements, constantly reminding us of the latest miracle pills, high-tech gadgets, and supposedly life-changing health products that promise to improve our well-being or even add years to our lives. The consumer market is flooded with enticing offers, all urging us to buy into the idea that a quick fix is just a click away. Whether it's a supplement claiming to make us feel younger or a gadget that promises to cure chronic pain, the temptation is real. We all want to feel better, be healthier, and live longer, especially as we grow older and notice the inevitable changes in our bodies. The desire to hold on to vitality and extend our years is an instinct, one that pulls at our hearts and minds. However, it's crucial to stop and reflect before falling prey to these shiny promises. So many of these products, while promising life-changing results, often fail to deliver what they claim. They are usually just well-crafted marketing schemes designed to separate us from our hard-earned money. And what's worse, some of these products may even cause harm. They may come with side effects that are rarely discussed, or they may simply be ineffective, leaving us with nothing but disappointment and regret. We all want the magic solution, but often, the truth is that the promises are empty. For seniors, this issue becomes particularly worrisome. As we age, we can't help but notice the changes in our bodies. Aches, pains, and the gradual decline in energy that accompanies the passing years. In moments of vulnerability, it's easy to get swept up in the hope that one of these products will help us feel like our younger selves again. The temptation is strong, and I've seen so many people, particularly older adults, spend large amounts of money on these quick fixes. It's heartbreaking. Instead of feeling rejuvenated, they often find themselves with less money in their pockets and no real improvement in their health. Worse, it leaves them feeling disillusioned and defeated, questioning why they couldn't achieve the promised results. This is especially troubling when those same hard-earned dollars could be better spent on proven, reliable methods of maintaining good health. Instead of falling for the allure of the latest trend, seniors should focus on the basics. Things that have been scientifically proven to help us maintain our health over the years. Eating a balanced diet, staying active with regular physical exercise, and staying on top of routine medical checkups and screenings are the real keys to longevity and well-being. These are simple, sustainable practices that don't require extravagant spending or unproven claims. They are rooted in the wisdom of a healthy lifestyle, the kind that nourishes us from the inside out. It's easy to get distracted by the flashing lights of new health gadgets and wonder if they hold the key to feeling better. But I truly believe that the most effective way to improve our health and well-being, particularly as we age, is through consistency in our habits. These habits may not be as glamorous or as exciting as the latest fad, but they are the ones that have stood the test of time. They are the true pillars of good health: nourishing food, physical movement, and regular checkups. By sticking to these basic principles, we can protect our health without succumbing to the constant noise of marketing gimmicks. In the end, the best investment we can make is not in the next flashy product, but in the habits that sustain us over a lifetime. The path to a healthy, fulfilling life is simple, not complicated, and it's within our reach every day. Instead of chasing after the next best thing, let's cherish the tried and true methods that keep our bodies strong and our minds at peace. 8th, Don't argue with your partner in old age. As we move through the journey of life, the role of our life partner becomes more pivotal than ever, especially as we grow older. There's a profound shift that takes place as the years go by. When our children leave the nest and begin building their own lives, the dynamic within the family changes, leaving us with our life partner as the central figure in our daily existence. In these later years, it's not just about sharing a roof. It's about sharing your heart, your thoughts, your experiences, and your dreams. Your partner evolves into the very foundation of your emotional world, offering not only the comfort of familiarity but also the strength to face whatever challenges come your way. Yet, this period of life can also bring about more frequent disagreements. The trials of aging, whether it's the inevitable health problems, the financial strains, or the subtle changes in routine, can sometimes strain the relationship. But it's crucial to reflect deeply on the impact of these tensions. As easy as it might be to get swept away in the moment, especially when frustrations build, constant arguing can be incredibly damaging. It's far too easy to let petty disputes take up space in your mind and your heart, allowing them to overshadow the years of love and companionship you've shared. Over time, these quarrels don't just affect the mood of the moment. They chip away at the emotional health of both partners and, in many ways, can weaken the bond that has been cultivated over decades. This is especially true when physical health begins to decline, making the emotional toll of ongoing conflict even harder to bear. The truth is, as we grow older, the emotional bond between partners should only deepen. What was once a relationship based on shared duties and experiences can evolve into a beautiful, almost sacred partnership. It's no longer just about dividing household tasks or managing finances. It's about being there for each other in the truest sense. Your spouse or partner becomes your rock, the one person who truly understands your heart, and the one who will stand by you no matter what. In these years, your partner isn't just a companion. They are your sanctuary, your comfort, and your protector in a world that often feels like it's moving too fast. Instead of allowing small disagreements to create distance, it's important to approach each other with compassion, patience, and a gentle understanding. These qualities aren't just nice to have. They are essential for preserving the peace and love that keep the relationship strong. Old age is a time when everything becomes clearer. The things that once seemed so urgent, like the trivial arguments, fade in comparison to the precious moments you get to share with the one person who knows you the best. You realize that the laughter, the moments of silence, and the way your partner makes you feel safe are the things that truly matter. It's not about the small things that upset you, but rather about the life you've built together, the memories that will forever be etched in your hearts, and the understanding that your love is your greatest treasure. So, as we enter these later years, let us cherish our partners more deeply than ever before. Let us hold on to the quiet moments of connection, the shared joys, and the comforting presence of the one who has walked with us through life. Arguing over minor things in old age feels almost absurd when you understand that the most important thing is the love and mutual respect that has carried you both through the most challenging and beautiful parts of your journey. In choosing to nurture calmness and compassion, you are not only ensuring peace within your relationship, but also allowing your twilight years to be filled with serenity, joy, and the deep, abiding comfort of knowing you are not alone. It's through these loving, harmonious connections that we find not just peace, but fulfillment in our later years, creating a life that is not only long but beautiful. Ninth, if you feel lonely, don't rush into remarrying. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. When you find yourself feeling lonely in your later years, it's so tempting to think that remarrying might be the answer. But before rushing into that decision, it's essential to take a moment and deeply reflect on what you're truly seeking. Marriage at any age is a monumental commitment, but when you're older, it becomes even more delicate, a crossroads where emotional, personal, and practical factors converge. It's not just about finding someone to share your days with. It's about merging two lives that have already been lived fully and independently. In later years, both you and your potential partner may have your own established routines, personal habits, and even emotional baggage. The process of blending the lives of two people who have already experienced love, loss, and all the intricacies that life brings, can be far more complicated than it would have been earlier in life. And let's not forget the practical challenges. Finances, caregiving responsibilities, and even unresolved issues from previous relationships can weigh heavily on a late-in-life marriage. What was once supposed to be a time of peace, relaxation, and enjoyment can quickly become clouded by unexpected stressors that pull away from that sense of calm. While the idea of a new relationship or a fresh start can undeniably bring joy and excitement, I believe it's important to consider that the reality often looks quite different once the initial excitement fades. Remarriage can sometimes come with emotional stress that we might not anticipate. The excitement of companionship can mask the emotional complexities of merging finances, family obligations, and the unresolved emotions tied to past relationships. The burdens of these factors may create unspoken tensions, leading to frustration and feelings of being overwhelmed. And in such times, that very peace and joy we crave in our later years can seem to slip further away. Instead of rushing to remarry, I believe there is so much to be gained from focusing on the relationships you already have and nurturing them. Sometimes, the most fulfilling connections don't come with the weight of formal commitment. Friendships, for example, can provide companionship and emotional support in a way that's just as fulfilling, without the added complexities of blending two lives. Many seniors, myself included, have found that building stronger friendships or deepening the bonds with grandchildren offers a kind of joy that is pure and uncomplicated. These relationships, whether with lifelong friends or younger generations, have the power to fill the emotional void, reducing loneliness and creating an undeniable sense of connection and purpose. It's also incredibly nourishing to invest in community involvement or in forming new connections with people who share common interests or passions. These interactions, whether they happen within a local club, church, or volunteering group, can provide the same sense of belonging and fulfillment that many seek in a romantic relationship, without the added pressures and emotional stress of remarriage. Ultimately, companionship can come in many forms, and often, the most profound forms are rooted in the deep, meaningful connections we cultivate with others who truly understand and appreciate us. In the end, I've learned that it's okay to embrace a life that isn't defined by romance, especially later in life. There's an undeniable richness in the relationships we build with friends, family, and the communities around us. These connections are not only capable of combating loneliness, but they also remind us that we are never truly alone. Instead of rushing to remarry, I believe the key to lasting happiness in old age is to surround ourselves with love in all its forms, whether that's from friends, family, or the joy of simply spending time with those who bring us peace. Life, after all, is made rich not by romantic love, but by the fullness of human connection. As we come to the end of this discussion, I hope you've gained some valuable insights into the complexities of remarriage in later life and the importance of nurturing meaningful relationships around you. Aging can bring challenges, but it also offers an incredible opportunity for personal growth and connection. What has stood out to you the most from what we've discussed today? Is there one lesson that resonated with you, something you feel inspired to bring into your own life? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please take a moment to comment below and share one thing you've learned and plan to practice in your journey. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a comment, give it a thumbs up, and share it with others who might benefit from it. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss out on future content. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you.